year from now, I'm definitely not the same person mentally. I'm not the same person physically. So every year I'm progressing, even if it's just 1 or 2%. Every year I'm getting better, and I'm moving up that ladder. So those 3 pillars really I go by, I would say.
For the rugged. For the rugged. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
So, what's good, bro? It's been a minute since me and you have been able to shoot a video together.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. About a year, right?
About a fucking year, bro.
Crazy,
like
yeah.
almost a year to this date. Last video we did was like January. It's January right now, 2019.
Exactly. It's been a good year, and we were across the country in California doing it, man. So
yep.
We're in Florida now, Miami.
Yep. It's a nice sunny day out. As you guys can see.
Yeah.
For those of you, for the 2 people who don't know who you are, go ahead and give them like the 3-second spiel, who you are, what do you do, how'd you start doing it.
Gotcha. So guys, I am Austin Dunham, that is my name. I am 23 years old, I just turned 23 January 2nd. And what I do, I teach people about calisthenics, bodyweight fitness, I entertain people, I have an online business which sells private label items and also online workout programs to help people master their body weight and achieve their fitness goals. Now recently I'm an online coach, and I'm just a YouTuber. I do a lot of stuff, man. You know?
Like a Swiss Army knife of the internet world.
Yeah, it's just social media Swiss Army knife.
Hell
That's
yeah,
what I'm trying
man.
to be, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. What made you even like want to start that? Because you were like making YouTube videos about like tech stuff at first, man. What was that about?
That's the thing. I've always been into sharing my ideas and what I'm doing on social media, on YouTube specifically. I love creating videos since I was 12. I remember back in the day, I would play, you know Club Penguin? You ever heard that game?
Yes, I do remember that game.
Club Penguin, man. I was a Club Penguin. I would play a game like 10 hours a day. I would get on there, I would collect coins, play games, meet, talk to people. And what I did, I created what's called Club Penguin music videos. So,
what? This is the first. This is the first time I'm even hearing about this, guys.
Yeah, I gotta put it all on the table. But a Club Penguin music video is, so you hear a popular song on the radio or whatever, and then you literally create a music video of the penguin saying it and dancing and stuff like that. And then you cut and paste all the words together and make it a cool looking music video, but Club Penguin style. Yeah.
Did you like find the Club Penguin club?
I was part of a club, but I did that on YouTube, and I got pretty popular on YouTube because of that.
Yeah.
And I low-key got like Club Penguin famous.
Is this channel still in existence? Can anyone find these Club Penguin music videos?
I wish, man. YouTube actually removed my account because of the copyrighted music.
Man,
I didn't know. I was like 12 or 13. I had no idea about it back then.
What a shame. What a shame. That's crazy, man. So you went from being Club Penguin famous to now calisthenics famous.
I feel like just because anything I do, I get super involved into it, and I want to be the best at it, and I want people to know who I am when I do it. So I just work until it happens, and it's happened in every niche I've been in pretty much. So
no, that's that's inspiring, bro.
It's crazy.
We were talking off camera, and we were saying how like I was telling him how like I feel like the reason why he's so successful is literally because you dive in anything, and like it's like what you're doing, like you can, the fact that you care like shows in everything that you do, from your programs, the videos that you create, like the fact that you actually care about what you're doing,
exactly,
like, it definitely shows. So yeah, bro, that's crazy. So like you're doing calisthenics stuff. You're like traveling around the world a bunch now too, right?
Yeah, I just graduated college, university, whatever you want to call it. 4.5 years later, I started in 2014, and I graduated this past December with a degree in business management. And now I'm not working at 9 to 5. I'm not, necessarily using that degree, but instead I'm taking in all-day life experiences and travel, in which I couldn't do pretty much my whole life because I was always stuck to one spot, or I had no money, or I was too young. So now I'm just taking full advantage of it, man.
What's your opinion on the 9 to 5? Coming from someone who has basically made money almost all their life online.
My opinion on the 9 to 5, I feel like everybody has their place within society almost. So I don't feel like a 9 to 5 is bad, but honestly, 9 to 5 I discovered is just not for me. However, the next person, a 9 to 5 might be perfect for them because that's their place in society. They're meant to be a worker. They're meant to help other people create. You know what I mean? Me myself, I consider myself a visionary and a creator. I love creating things, whether it be products, ideas, videos, stuff like that. I just love creating. So with that being said, I tend to love being my own boss and having my own freedom and getting other people to help me create that vision or work for me. So I don't feel like 9 to 5 is bad, but some people are miserable with their 9 to 5. So if you feel that way and you're not, I guess, super confident in your 9 to 5 job, then seek to get out of it. But I don't think it's a bad thing. You know what I mean?
There's also like better 9 to 5 jobs within the whole like 9 to 5 job sphere.
Exactly.
Right? Multiple different kinds of jobs you can get. Some people just go with what they're told to get.
Exactly. Yeah. What about 9 to 5 with you? Like, do you think 9 to 5 is?
I mean, I think it's cool.
It's
the only thing that's like weird is just the whole like people are demonizing it now because everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs became rock stars all of a sudden. So now, I mean, that's how I found out about it too. So like, it's no hate. It's definitely weird just seeing it start to get demonized.
I feel like it's like, well, growing up, it's a traditional mindset to have. You go to high school, you graduate, you go to college. Fun fact, I didn't even know college was a choice. That's how wired I was in. Like, I thought people go to high school, they go to college. I did not know college was a choice until my sophomore year of high school. Seriously.
We're literally like programmed from young age to like think a certain way. How'd you even like, what basically opened up the door for you to be like, yo, this is like, there's actually like other avenues. I don't have to go down the beaten path. I can do other things.
Exactly. I guess discovering that it was an evolutionary process. How, I planned on actually joining the Air Force. That was my main goal, which is essentially a 9 to 5. You're working Monday through Friday. But as my business started to grow and as I started to connect with more like-minded people who don't have that traditional path, that's when I started to discover that, like, hey, this life doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to follow the traditional route or way that most people go in life. And coming from where I'm from, I was pretty much the only person taking that path. So it's a bit unheard of. But once I surround myself with like-minded people who do the same thing, that's when my mind started to open.
Did you ever have any moments? Because it's interesting, like you were the only one around doing anything. I was in a very similar position. Did you ever have any moments where like you couldn't help but like start doubting yourself, like wondering like, is any of this possible? Am I even doing the right thing? Stuff like that.
Have I ever doubted myself? I was back and forth. I remember when I started making some money off YouTube, and I was like, could this be full time? Or I released my first program, and I was like, is this sustainable? And I was like, I don't know. I'm still gonna be safe with it. I'll do it on the side. We'll kind of see how it goes. But I never like full on doubted myself though. I feel like if I put myself in a position where I have to make it work, then I have to do it. And I did that when I dropped ROTC and I left. And I had no choice but to either get a 9 to 5 job after I graduate or make all this work out for me. And knowing how driven I am and how I'm literally obsessed with being successful, I feel like, then that's when I did it.
Do you feel like that's literally what it takes, like an obsession? Like this, like basically, like something inside of you is like, no, this needs to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like most people think obsession is a bad thing, right? I don't feel like it's a bad thing all the time. I feel like it's a good thing because it just makes you fully involved in whatever you're doing. Like calisthenics, for example, I became obsessed with calisthenics to the point where I got so good at it, I wanted to share it, and it brought me to where I'm at today. 2, I'm obsessed with being successful, being well off, so to speak, and I put myself, because of that obsession, I put myself in positions to make that happen. I actually have a theory, I'm not sure if you heard of it, but I call it COP, C-O-P. You heard it?
I think I've heard it. I think I've heard you say this one time. It's in like a video inside the private.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's 3 things that I've realized that help me, and it's consistency always. Number 1, that always wins. 2, obsession, like we talked about, and 3, progression. So maintaining what you do over a long period of time, no matter what the results are at first. 2, having an obsession with it, which basically means having passion, passion. And 3, progressing in whatever you're doing. So a year from now, I'm definitely not the same person mentally. I'm not the same person physically. So every year I'm progressing, even if it's just 1 or 2%. Every year I'm getting better, and I'm moving up that ladder. So those 3 pillars really I go by, I would say.
Yeah, it's always good to have it's like almost like your North Star. Like as long as you keep that in the back of your mind, you're always gonna go. If you guys didn't know, like we're in Miami right now. About to attend 10X Growth Con. That's your first business event, right? It's
my first business event conference with a whole bunch of business people. Yeah, pretty much.
Have you been to any event, anything similar like this?
Business-wise, no, just fitness events, to be honest.
Fitness events?
Yeah.
What do you expect out of this event?
I expect a lot of powerful speaking. I have like this idea of like motivation, like powerful speaking, motivation, maybe learn a thing or 2. But this event, 10X, that we're going to, I feel like it's so vast. Like it's not a niche like sales funnels, or it's just like business. So I really don't know what to expect. I'm just hoping for the best with it, really.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can go do is like go into it with just like good intentions, expecting
like
something good to come out of it.
Yeah.
Networking especially. You know a lot of pretty big hitters. Speaking of networking.
Yeah.
How are you capable of doing that?
In regards to just knowing people, 1, going to, I guess, events like this. 2, establishing myself on social media, because once you get to a certain point, people just reach out to you and like they want to work with you, collab with you. 3, making friends in the same space, and they know the big hitter, so they connect me to mutual friends. And and putting myself out there. I guess that involves everything. So all that above is how I've met, like the people I've met and the connections I've met, and answer emails. And, like, you don't just repass them. Like, take consideration in your emails, because that's how we met too.
Yeah, we met up for cold email. If you haven't seen the last video with me and Austin that we made last year, I literally cold emailed him. Whenever you guys hear me say my first client was from a cold email, this is the guy.
Yeah.
So you said establishing yourself first. Do you feel like that's like has become like the golden ticket for you in terms of like just getting into places, being able to meet certain people, getting access to things?
Yeah, definitely. Just establishing myself in my niche and being a dominant figure in my niche, and overall the whole fitness industry. I feel like I'm still working on it. I'm not like somebody who do crazy millions of followers and stuff like that, but that's one of my goals. When I do that by collabing with bigger and smaller people, I don't care if somebody has like 50,000, I'm still going to collab with them. 2, meeting more people and always being open-minded to ideas. And 3, posting content, man. That's at the end of the day, if I don't post content, or if I never posted content, we would not be here right now. So just keep posting content, keep creating.
It's that simple thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like collabs did a lot of benefit for you?
For me, collabs was really something I got into late 2018. I grew most of my presence that I have today through not collabing, just through learning about social media, how SEO works on YouTube, and just posting content. But I feel like once you hit that spot, or even if you're just starting out, collabs definitely help. I collab with somebody who started his YouTube channel from 0, had like 1,000 Instagram followers. One video, one shout out post, he gained like over 3,000 followers, and then people know him now too. So if you add that up over a lot of people, collabs can definitely help for sure. Yeah.
That makes sense. Like you just get your name everywhere. I think I've heard Gary Vee talk about that a lot too.
Yeah, show face.
Who does Austin Dunham watch on YouTube?
Who do I watch on YouTube?
Want to give anybody some love on the channel right now?
Oh man, there's different niches I watch. So I have like comedy, prank, I have fitness people I follow, I have business people I follow.
Like who?
Business, Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, you.
Hey.
Who else? Just random people in the e-com space, I feel like. And fitness people, I watch Chris Jones quite often. And I just keep up with people sparingly. I try not to watch too much YouTube, but it's really who I'm subscribed to. And I literally just go through my subscriptions and I'm like, is this interesting? Open a new tab, watch it. So if I can find value in it in any type of way, including entertainment, then I'll just watch it.
What's like the ratio between entertainment and like learning stuff on YouTube?
Knowledge. I think it's like a good 50-50, man.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about even, to be honest. I'm always learning, and I do watch entertaining seller videos too, so like both.
You feel like your life is pretty balanced, or was it unbalanced in any sort of way?
Balanced in what way? Like leaning on balance?
Work life, to be cliche about it.
Work life? I feel like it's pretty balanced because at the end of the day, if I don't want to work a day, I don't do it, or I don't have to. But I'd say it's pretty balanced because I have so much free time throughout the day, and my work doesn't feel like work. Like I work out, I post a video. The only work that feels like work is just video editing. But I'm so used to that by now, and it only takes me an hour or two, so it's not that bad.
You ever get tired of working out?
No, not at all. Like I don't. People ask me that, like, do you ever get tired of working out, or like you work out so much, this and that? I'm like, no, I love it. It's like brushing my teeth at this point.
Yeah, it's just something gets the grooves moving.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because like I was telling you before, I train, which means I train to get better at stuff or bring this body part up or something. So every time I get to do that, I honestly look forward to it, and it's fun for me.
Why calisthenics over like everything else? Like weightlifting, it's like marathon runners.
Yeah.
You do not only do you do calisthenics, you do like handstands, you do fucking crazy ass push-ups with no legs. Yeah. What's up with that? Gravity doesn't apply to you?
It doesn't at this point, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. But calisthenics is just something I found that I could personally stay consistent with because it was fun. It was progressive, which means like you almost unlock levels in calisthenics, especially when you're first starting out. Like when you're a beginner starting calisthenics, the dopamine is super high because you start out doing like just normal push-ups, and then next week you're doing archer, and then a month later you're doing one arm. So you progress really fast, or at least I did progress really fast in it, and it's like a video game to me. So that's how I saw it, and every time I got to work out, I was looking forward to it because I felt like I would get stronger, and then getting stronger means you're doing more cool stuff. Doing more cool stuff means you're impressing people, which is unheard of, like in a normal traditional gym. And you don't see it that often either, which that's why I love it too, because I get to talk about it with people, I get to educate people on it, like, hey, you can build muscle with bodyweight training, you can do all this cool stuff, you know? So that's what I love about it.
It was definitely interesting, like when I first heard about calisthenics. Not heard about it, but just like
saw it.
Like saw people like that was like their main like way of exercising. I feel like just like everyone, first videos I saw were people doing like the tricks on the bars,
crazy stuff, yeah,
spinning around, 360.
There's different levels of calisthenics too. Like I don't do the crazy freestyle stuff. Well, it's not even that crazy, but because to be honest, the people who do those 360 spin on the bar stuff, some can't even do 10 pull-ups. Like it's literally circus tricks.
Really?
Yeah. Like it doesn't take much strength at all. It just takes technique. It's practicing.
Oh wow.
So you could do a 360 pull-up if you wanted to today, if you had the coordination and skill.
Wow.
Yeah. But
I'm not.
Yeah.
But wow.
I'm more into the strength training, getting strong, getting a great physique by doing it. But I definitely saw that stuff too, and kind of entertained the eye, got me drawn in.
It definitely draws a lot of people to calisthenics in general.
Yeah.
Do you find like a lot of people start watching your content because they want to learn how to do that stuff, or are they watching because they want to just look nice?
For me, I feel like I target people who want to look nice or get a good workout if they can't get access to a gym, or maybe they just want to learn how to get stronger with their body weight. I really don't target people who want to do like the acrobatics and circus tricks on the bars and stuff like
Circus tricks.
that.
Yeah, those dudes get flocked up sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty bad injuries. Even friends I've seen like have a shoulder snap or break an arm, hit their head, hit a neck, something. So after seeing that, I'm like, I'm not going to take the time to practice it because my body, my physique is my business. Like if I break an arm and a leg, then I don't want to do that, you know? Damn, knock on wood.
You've never had an injury or anything, right?
I've never had an injury, no.
Why do you think that is? Like, is it because you're doing bodyweight training? Like, is that why? Like, all your joints have been like trained so well?
I feel like it's that for sure, and weightlifting is a lot easier to get injured. Like, too heavy, bar drops on you, whatever, bad form. Calisthenics, I feel like it's easier to learn the form and to implement it. Like, it doesn't take as much thought as like learning how to bench press correctly with the scapula, track it, and all this stuff. Calisthenics is pretty much straightforward in that regard. And also, I'm just smart about my training. I don't use super heavy weight. I warm up thoroughly before I work out, always. And I just know how to train right.
Would you say majority of injuries just come from like ego stuff?
Yeah, I would say so. Most of the injuries I've seen from people were because they were trying to impress somebody, or they thought they can do something when they really couldn't, and things like that. So definitely, I would say ego is the cause of a lot of injuries.
Yeah, man. Like, it's a lot of people just like lifting. Like, it's literally called ego lifting.
Yeah, that's what they call it. Ego lifting, ego calisthenics.
Ego
this too. True. Because I have like these bodybuilders or powerlifters or whatever. They see me, let's say, do handstand push-ups. They're like, I can do that too. Let me try. Yo, that's easy. And they say stuff like that, and they try, and a lot of times they fall over or they hurt their wrist or something goes bad.
That literally happened. Oh, he didn't hurt himself, but when we were at Muscle Beach, like you did that thing, and so
a lot of people try to mimic me or copy me because they're like, "Oh, that's cool, I can do it too." It's like, no, you can't. Don't try it.
Like that literally could have happened right there.
Exactly.
Oh man, yeah. Have you ever gone on YouTube and watched those videos of people like popping their biceps?
Popping?
Yeah. Like they'll try to lift. I want to say it's doing curls or something.
They'll like pull a bicep muscle?
Yeah, like a bicep. Like you'll literally see like the band in their bicep. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like it curls.
I've seen that, and I've seen where people deadlift and they pull their bicep muscle too.
I think it was deadlifting, not curls.
Not curl.
Because that sounds more familiar.
Yeah, it was probably deadlifting where they pull a muscle.
Yeah, because then like holding it wrong.
Yeah.
You're right. There is a lot more to think about when you're lifting weights.
Yeah, weightlifting, the form, cues, and techniques. Everybody has a different opinion too, which makes it very confusing. But there's a lot you got to think about when you do it right.
Do you feel like working out in general has helped you like business-wise and just like self-development-wise?
Yeah, because it helped me establish discipline first of all, and it just honestly, I think it's just discipline. Like working out just instilled discipline in me, and realizing that how to maintain consistency with something. So that's how I feel like working out has helped me.
You ever heard of a book called The Power of Habit?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I didn't read it, but
I've
heard of it.
Well, there's this thing that he talks about inside that book called like pillar habits.
Yeah.
Where if you switch just like one good habit, like it affects the rest of your life. For example, like waking up a little earlier. There was one girl who like just started marching. Well, that was how she built the habit, but she basically like started exercising, and then she like started getting promoted at work. She started becoming happy. She started making more friends, stuff like that. So I was interested if it had like a similar impact in your life too.
I've been doing it for so long. I guess that back then I didn't analyze that, and I'm sure something did, but at the time I didn't realize it. I think just the discipline and consistency it taught me.
You feel like anything else, like braining up out here a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you feel like anything else has had like a positive impact, that any sort of habit that you're doing that, because for me, like I've noticed that it's less of the tactics that people are doing that's making them successful. It's more of like the habits that they've built inside of their life.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that you've got in your life that's had that positive impact?
I would say maintaining my diet in a certain type of way, just being aware of that. Yeah, I would say just maintaining my diet over time and being aware of just certain certain macronutrients. Like I gotta make sure I eat enough protein throughout the day. Has also helped with my consistency in that regard with other things I do, and also like drinking enough water throughout the day, and just taking care of myself overall. So fitness encompasses all that to me.
All right. Well, looks like we're running out of time, bro.
Yeah, it's been 20 minutes. Sorry.
Yep. So where can people find you at? Want to plug your shit real quick?
Yeah, find me Austin Dunham on YouTube, Austin_Dunham, DUNHAM, on pretty much everything else. You search my name, you'll find me somewhere. Yep. So that's where you find me.
The most famous sentence I think I've ever heard.
Yeah, if you search my name, you'll find me somewhere. Austin Dunham.
Well, thanks for being here.